at that. She asked for it's like it was negotiated like an NFL deal. Like any athlete. Give me the signing bonus. I'll put my signature on there.
Yeah. It's like
Crazy.
incentives, right?
It's yeah.
You know, when we did the show, and I believe when we did the show, it's like 2 years ago or something. 1 year
Yeah,
more.
that's fair. Yeah, at least 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
was kind of. I think. By the way, that was on our 8th episode. Episode number 8.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So that's a long time ago. We did a show about.
By the way, it wasn't even a show. It was an impromptu.
Yeah, and but yeah, you're right. It wasn't a show. It was maybe like a small segment, but not only. It's like 5 minutes.
We didn't even prepare actually for it.
No.
It seems like it was like we were talking about divorces, and it just came up.
Yeah.
I think.
But we used an old clip. So 2 years ago, we used an old clip.
Yeah, and we're gonna look back at it again today.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just saying
That's
that, and that show did pretty well. So you see that it resonated with a lot of people, and hey, you still see that there's tension.
There's still tension, man, and people are asking themselves what is the backstory, guys? So let's take a look at one of the early situations with them, because it's hectic. Exactly. It is. Fair use.
Sanders versus Sanders again today in a Collin County courtroom. Deion and Pilar fighting over the validity of the couple's prenuptial agreement. Sean Rabb first on Fox 4 News from Collin County Courthouse in McKinney. And Sean, did the two ever look at each other?
No, Clarice, never. Sitting about 4 feet apart, they never acknowledged the other's presence in what was indeed a high-stakes legal gambit in this McKinney courtroom today, because at stake a prenuptial agreement that would limit the amount of money that Pilar could get from Deion Sanders.
I think prenuptial agreement is out the window, but we'll see how well we do in court today.
Attorney Larry Friedman and Pilar Sanders back in court in Pilar's bitter divorce from Deion Sanders. Friedman asked the court to throw out the couple's premarital agreement, saying on 2 pages Pilar's initials had been forged.
The prenup's thrown out, that's going to be a game changer. We go back to the community property laws, Texas, everything is going to be community property unless proven otherwise, and it gets divided in a just and right manner, a fair manner.
Friedman told the court, there is no agreement. This court has been misled, and the document is not enforceable.
It's greed. You signed the contract. We had a prenuptial, and now you don't like the terms of it because the realization that it's over. Your lifestyle will be no longer the same way. It's greed.
Deion Sanders, Pilar's attorney argued, did not fully disclose his wealth at the time the two signed the agreement that he said made it void. In court testimony, Pilar's attorney in 1999, when the two signed the marital contract, testified Pilar wanted better terms. That's why we negotiated. She asked for $1 million and a $100,000 signing.
Oh, damn. Look at that. She asked for, it's like it was negotiated like an NFL deal. Like any athlete. Give me the signing bonus. I'll put my signature on there.
Yeah. It's like incentives, right?
It's yeah. If you hug 2 of me 6 times a week, you get a 50K bonus every year. Isn't that what Hafiz alluded to?
Yo, you're right. Yo, that's you got.
Yeah.
That's a throwback. That's a throwback.
That's a throwback debate. For those who don't know, Hafiz, I don't know his last name, but he was a guy in the
something.
Yeah, it's a Ghanaian name, African at least. Maybe it's Nigeria, I don't know, but it's a Nigeria, a African last name, and he was in a debate claiming that you should get your wife to sign a contract that basically explicitly says how many times you can tap that ass and get the hug too. Yeah, that was a crazy situation, man. But yeah, I mean, this is like the what happened after, of course. This is what the outcome was, because of course, before there is a legal battle, there is always a tension how it became a legal battle. And to look into that, we have this video here. Fair use.
To the modern day War of the Roses.
She tried to bite me when I was carrying out of her room.
Hall of Fame football star Deion Sanders is in one huge mess with his estranged wife and awkward housemate Pilar. She's been arrested for allegedly attacking him in the house they're forced to share during their super bitter divorce.
My kids just saw that. I mean, they're scarred for life.
By the way, worst situation. If you're in a divorce, it's better to separate totally. Don't stay in the same house. Someone might get popped. Tensions might escalate. It's crazy. But I think people are dependent of each other a lot of times. That makes them, well, choose that situation. Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah, I had a case once. I was assisting they weren't married, but I was assisting the father with a with the kids, right? So the kids, he wanted custody of the kids. I think he didn't have any custody because they were married outside of so they had the kids outside of a marriage, and so he requested to have shared custody, and the mother didn't allow him. Anyways, he was talking very negatively about the woman, the mother of his child, like very negatively. He showed me apps that it was mutual. So the man was diabetic, and they had to remove one of his legs. And due to him being diabetic, he also was not able to perform.
Ooh.
And so the woman was talking ish about that, saying you're impotent. And the woman had other guys. So it was like a very toxic thing. And they didn't live with each other, but they did live like one in the same neighborhood, like I think 2-minute walk or something. And so, to my surprise, when we got to court, he came with the woman. He said, yeah, she came with me. I drove her. I said, yeah, but I mean, you guys are talking like you're enemies. Yeah, but yeah, I still drive her around. She doesn't have a car. And so I
broke dating.
Do you know that, they've been doing it? Even the judge couldn't understand. They were talking trash to each other, talking like very insulting things to each other. But at the end, the judge said, hey, this is weird because you guys are talking so bad about each other, but yet you're still okay with each other. So it just seems like you guys have a very weird thing. It works for you. Okay. I don't know what to do. He gave the father like 50% custody. But anyways, they were very toxic. You know, this dude pulled out a blicky and popped her in front of their kids. Just one, you just keep playing with toxicity.
At a certain point, it will spill. Yes.
Yeah.
That's toxicity.
So that, to your point, it's good to not be in the same house. And I'll give you one more. When he got to the pen, when he got to jail. So there, like the jail and the prison, it's like the same building, right? So. And the baby daddy of the first kid of the woman was also, he was serving time in prison. So he was
she had a type.
So he was looking to unalive this dude. At the end of the day, the dude also died due to malnutrition. I mean, the prisons they weren't really
yeah.
So
this is crazy.
Yeah. So just to show you that, I mean, just to fortify your statement, right? That
Yeah.
if it's
Choose
2/10,
choose for your safety.
if
choose-
it's 2/10, yeah.
People choose sometimes to stay together and sometimes
comfort.
it's financial. It's not comfort. Sometimes they cannot. It's financial. Sometimes it's financial. She can't afford to leave. She doesn't have anything, or you don't have anything. If you break up, you don't have enough assets to buy or rent anything. You're codependent. A lot of people choose this way of living. I mean, in her case, I think she was more dependent on him. She didn't want to lose the lifestyle, so that's why she didn't want to move. But hey, sometimes you have to separate yourself because you don't know what goes through people's minds. They might black out. Hey, we talked during our crash out shows last year. We saw people blacking out. Things that make no sense at all.
Yeah.
Let's continue, man. Fair use.
They just saw two women jump their dad in his own house, in his room, in my room.
This is crazy.
It's sad, man.
Making this story even stranger, Deion documented that alleged knockdown, drag-out fight on Twitter.
You see how old this is? You see how old this is? Because they're saying he documented it on Twitter. This is strange. No, this is in 2025, 24. This is regular. Let me spin that back. Let me spin that back.
My room. It's sad, man.
Making this story even stranger, Deion documented that alleged knockdown, drag-out fight on Twitter.
It does seem a little weird to tweet out a
I get
domestic
what you
violence
mean.
incident while it's going on.
I get what you mean.
Police were called to
Want to say something?
During that time, it was still strange, but now it's strange if you don't do it.
Yeah. You gotta protect. Yo, Deion was ahead of his time.
Yeah. Twitter, now X, right? Is
Now X, yeah.
Is X the first blockchain?
I know what X is. It's gonna feed Grok. That's what it's gonna do. Grok, whatever that AI is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a crazy AI. Let's continue. Fair use.
Deion's suburban Dallas home last night. As he left the home after the drama, Sanders told Dallas station KXAS that Pilar attacked him while their two sons watched.
But my son was pleading to her to get out of the room, please leave him alone. And they just had to go and just jump me. I promised to God on my mama, never touch her.
Just minutes after
Choices you make in life, in the heat of the moment, you always have to make the right choice.
Yeah.
Because if he had moved his finger and touched her, he might not have had the career he's had after his retirement from NFL.
You might have caught Jonathan Majors.
Definitely.
But on the plus side, he would have found his Coretta as well. Shout out to Megan Good.